Hello to you all today. It is the 22nd of July and that is Mary Magdalene's feast day. So today we are going to work with a new type of healing that has been coming through to me for a couple of years since I went on a retreat to a monastery that produces honey. And it has been brought through by Joseph of Arimathea and the Magdalena. Now, you will see in the back of these cards, the mountain or the hill is Glastonbury Tor. And there are a lot of legends about Joseph of Arimathea and the Magdalena coming over to the UK after Jesus' death, but also that Joseph of Arimathea owned tin mines in the UK and possibly brought the Christ over to here in those 12 missing years. So we are going to be working with this honey flame healing that has been brought through on her feast day. And as I started this video, it was 1111 weirdly, so that is one of those angel numbers. So I'd like you now all just to settle yourself down and start to ground yourself in the usual way as we light this candle. And I want you to set your intentions, whatever healing you need for whatever. We light the candle to Magdalene, the honey flame candle. We set our intentions and we ask for healing in whatever way for whoever watching needs. Okay, so I'd like you just to imagine that you are at Glastonbury. We're sitting here in the Abbey Gardens, which is just a little bit further away than Joseph of Arimathea is standing. It is said that he was given one of the hills of Glastonbury to put a holy monastery on. And they would have made little shelters there. They arrived at a place called Weary Hill, where Joseph of Arimathea planted, drawing a symbol now of the staff. He plants his staff behind you. This is the Glastonbury thorn. And we're going to use some of that oil now. I'm going to use a few oils today. We have the holy thorn. And this smells like a mixture of spikenard. It's a very sacred oil mentioned in the Bible that Mary washed Jesus' feet in and cleaned it off with her hair. Spikenard and rose. And I'm going to use some rose oil now on my hands, as well as some honey oil. Just imagine breathing in that fragrance of rose and honey, as well as the hawthorn tree, the holy thorn tree. We draw that opening up symbol again of the holy thorn, and I will just show it to you here, the staff we call it. Okay. And take a breath in and breathe down to your feet. Nobody wants anything from you at this moment. Nobody needs anything from you at this moment. This is your time. smooth that aura down. And let's do some dowsing. So we're actually going to use, now I'm going to use an aluminium pendulum with a weight in it. And it has a symbol of Atlantis on it. And I'm using this, is it aluminium? It's one of the highest frequencies of metals. So let's have a look at this crown chakra. Does it need healing? Yes. Is it overactive? Underactive? So many of you may be doubting your spiritual capabilities at the moment. So we'll put a crystal facing in there so that I can remember what is going on. Does the third eye need healing? Yes, it does. Is this overactive? This is underactive too. So another crystal point. And does the throat need healing? Yes. Is this overactive? It is underactive as well. Maybe a lot of people are exhausted at the moment. And does the heart need healing? Yes. Is this overactive? Underactive too. And does the solar plexus need healing? Yes, it does. Is this overactive? No, this is underactive as well. And does the sacral need healing? Yes. Is this overactive? This is underactive too. And does the root need healing? Yes. Is this overactive? This is underactive as well. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to work on these energy centers. Just move these a little bit so we've got room for cards, because we're going to pull a card out for each card and a symbol for each chakra. Relax, relax. And I want you to imagine that you are looking at some fruit trees, the apple trees from the Isle of Avalon. We are in the Abbey Gardens. Some of you may know that. So we would walk past the little chapel and over to the far side of the gardens where the fruit trees are in the orchards. And you'll be able to see the little fruits, the little apples growing nicely on the trees. And I want you to choose one of the trees to go and sit down under. And as you do so and get yourself nice and comfortable, a man with a staff walks out. It is Joseph of Arimathea. He has already grounded you with his staff. But he's going to plonk that in the ground. He's going to drive it in the ground. And this would be called a stang. One point holds the dark, the other holds the light, and it is stable. And as he plants that thorn into the ground, and it is said all of the hawthorns around this area are descended from Joseph of Arimathea's thorn. As he drives that thorn into the ground, figures step out of it. Mary Magdalene and the angel Raphael. As well as your guides, your helpers, and your angels. And we are now going to shuffle these cards. The deck that we will be using today is called the Mystique Magdalene. Very beautiful deck. There is a new deck coming out this summer by Danielle Noel, and that is going to be a beautiful deck. So they're not out yet, so I can't use them, but as soon as those cards arrive, I will show you what they look like. I want you to breathe in and think about the crown chakra on the top of your head. We use this stone for the crown. I want you to blow on the deck. What do the viewers need to know about their crown? The truth is revealed, a revelation. So some new information might be coming through to you. It might have already come through to you. Trust it. Trust your intuition. Trust what your guides and your intuition is telling you. This information may be quite important for your spiritual growth. Okay. So I think we're going to use a symbol that has come through called the Hive. And this is like the choker ray. This raises the intent and the vibration and is like a turbo boost. So I'm just going to draw this now from the top of your head. And it is the shape of the hive. Maybe feeling that energy rising. Draw it a second time. And a third time. We're just going to open that crown and raise it up. Clearing it as we go with the base of this flower. And then we're going to draw the hexagon, the shape of honeycomb for balance. Here we have our little hexagon. So trusting in yourself, trusting in your knowledge, your intuition, and the messages that you get from your guides. Asking for help for the truth which is revealed to you. And she holds a feather of mut. It is thought that Magdalene is part of the Hathors, and Mary and Anna, all of those biblical women, are part of the Hathors. They would have gone possibly to the pyramids of Giza, which was not far from them, and had initiations. We have some pyramids here. So I'm going to place that by the crown chakra. As we now move down to the third eye, which was also underactive. Breathe on the cards for me. What do we need to know for our third eye? The tree of life. Now, this could be just a representation of a tree that you enjoy going to sit underneath. It could be a representation of one of the oaks or the yew trees in the Glastonbury Chalice Wells garden, but it could also be reference to the Kabbalistic tree of life. Most cultures have got a tree of life. I do not work with the Kabbalah. I do understand it a little bit, but if that is something that you feel drawn to, have a look at the Kabbalah. But just imagine this beautiful tree that you are underneath, the hawthorn tree. It would have creamy and pink flowers in the spring, producing beautiful red berries once those petals have fluttered to the ground. And I think we're going to just tease out some of that energy from the third eye. Let's put our little crystal there so we know where we are at. I want you just to imagine Mary with that feather just brushing away. Let's get a feather here. We get a buzzard feather, a good English feather, and brush. Brushing away. At the tip, using the tip. Just to clear it out. And the key word is peace. Just how do you feel when you're sitting underneath your favorite tree? Let's use this bumblebee jasper and yew tree wand made by Kato wands. We'll just scrape the last vestiges out. We turn that symbol around, and again we're going to spiral using the hive symbol that I showed you a minute ago. Drawing that third eye, opening it, and sending some beautiful light into it with bumblebee jasper. Look at that gorgeous yellow. Looking at that yellow will open your third eye. Bumblebee jasper is actually a calcite, so it's cleansing as well. And this honey flame healing also incorporates bee myths from around the world, as well as the Delphic oracles and the bee nymphs of Mount Parnassus. It really does go everywhere because every continent produces honey. Just shine my ring, and I'm making a figure 8 symbol. This is called the waggle dance. There's protection at that third eye. Now let's have a look at these two energy centers. Is that crown balanced? Yes. Is that third eye balanced? Yes, it is. Okay. Right. Let's now choose another card for the throat chakra. Blow on the cards for me. What do we need to know about the throat chakra? So we have Salome, ecstatic dance, freedom of expression, movement. So you are guided to put some good music on, dance around your kitchen, imagine you have beautiful wings sprouting out of your back. And we are going to now clear your throat. I'm going to ask Saint Germain and the angels of the violet fire just to blow violet flame through that throat first, with Archangel Raphael helping. You may feel a tingling now as it comes out of my hand. That has disintegrated most of those blockages there. We use the flower, the agate, druzy agate, just to clear that throat. We're also going to use the barb symbol just to cut any cords, any ties not of the Creator's desire. We'll just cut. I'm just going to draw that in now. And actually bees were used in acupuncture once upon a time. Now spiraling in energy with the yew tree, which is a distant healing tree in Celtic Reiki. Okay, just going to use the Master Stone here. And then I'm going to use this beautiful heart symbol just to smooth over your throat. Throats are very delicate. And if you have something to say to someone now, say it out loud or in your heart if you've got people around you and you can't speak. Say what you need to say. Get it out of your system. As we balance that throat with the hexagon and protect it with the waggle dance symbol, that infinity symbol. Is the throat balanced? It is. Great. Take a breath in and breathe down to your feet again as we get to the solar plexus. And breathe on the card. What do we need to know? Awake in the dream. We're at the heart now. Awake in the dream and embrace new relationships. Rather appropriate for the heart, isn't it? So who is coming into your life that is new? Maybe you are renewing an old friendship. Let's take away any heartache. spiral that away with this beautiful, I think it's called an amphibole or a garden quartz, also angelic quartz. Spiral that away from you. Using this barb symbol to cut any ties, any cords that is not needed from old relationships. All the while, the sacred holy thorn is behind you, emitting its chi into your auric field. And I actually think here we need a little bit of extra protection, so we are going to protect your heart in the Vesica Pisces, bringing balance, stability, and loving protection. Whoa, that feels nice and strong. Just imagine that angel drawing that around you. Bringing balance, courage, understanding, and making space for these new relationships. It might be a relationship that's changing in some way. And remember, people come and go in our lives. It is very rare that we know people all the way through our life in the same way. So if things are changing, it is a natural ebb and flow. Is that heart-centered yet? No. Okay, let's take our beautiful rose quartz energy, our little rose quartz flower, and just rub that around your heart chakra, in the aura, front and at the back. Asking the Magdalene to help soothe us and to activate the honey flame if she needs to, which I will work with at the end of this video. Is the heart balanced now? It is. Okay. And just draw that waggle dance infinity symbol to keep it balanced and going in the vein that we are in now. Okay. Blow on the cards again. And what do we need at our solar plexus? So at the solar plexus, you might need a little bit of quiet this week coming. This card says Magdalene meditating retreat. And she has beautiful wolves with her. Wolves are thought to be teachers. They are protectors as well of their pack. And a very spiritual and beautiful animal. I believe our dogs came out of wolves and just got domesticated. So let's use our Bumblebee Jasper just to spiral any stagnant energy, negative energy out of the solar plexus. I think what we will do is use this honey calcite just to calm it down for you. I'll rub that in the aura. Add to the solar plexus. Point it towards you. And we'll do that hive. Just to amplify its energies. Help you feel safe and secure and in your own ego. Maybe you have anxiety with social situations. Lots of us do these days. Breathe in and out, down to your feet again, absorbing the love of the heart, which is a symbol for the Magdalene honey flame healing as well. And here's a beautiful orange calcite rosebud. Draw the hive. And then we'll draw the hexagon for balance. And the waggle infinity symbol to set it in there. Is that solar plexus balanced? Yes, it is. Thank you. Okay. And now to the sacral chakra. So blow on the cards for me. What do we need to know? It's that top one wanted to come off. Okay, that's why it was making itself known. Holding the seeds of fertility. Well, that couldn't be better for the sacral chakra, our creative energy, whether that be creating children, creating new jobs, creating new healing methods, creating art. This is your creative center, and she holds, let's have a look, she holds the pomegranate, universal seeds of fertility, eaten by Persephone by choice, so that she could remain part of the year in Hades. And that symbol, just that fruit, has so many seeds, doesn't it? So as you are sitting perhaps under this holy thorn or the apple tree, I want you now to see the Magdalene giving you a beautiful pomegranate, which would be that colour, wouldn't it? You might want to open it and eat some seeds. You might want to take it home with you. You might want to place it into your sacral. So let's use that barb. This is the barb of the bee. And start teasing away some of that upset, some of those blockages, whether you're unable to conceive unable to create. Maybe you've got a writer's block or an artist's block. Let's use this wand from Kato Wands just to spiral out, scrape. Take some of this molasses type energy out of the chakra. I'm also just going to run it down. To pull away anything in that layer of your aura. Down the sides, round your hips. And down the back of you. We're going to work with the Ankh symbol here. This is one of the symbols that has come through for the honey flame. The Ankh of life. Many different ways to draw it. Just got to find which one works the best. Maybe it's like this. Of course, you see in many of the Egyptian temples, goddesses and gods holding it that way or that way. It is thought that it could be a symbol of the womb. So thinking of the Ankh and just sending life into that area of you, the pelvis, around the sacrum, for creativity, whatever it is you wish to create. Draw the hive symbol. And the figure of the honeycomb and the waggle dance. Is the sacral balanced? It is. Okay, great. And the last card we're going to pull today is for this root. Every energy center needed a healing today. So blow on this card. What does everyone need to know for their root? Okay, so we have Sarah, who was related to Magdalene. So this is my namesake, and she is at the White Spring in Glastonbury. And it says, fill your sacred chalice. So I want you now to imagine that you are standing up from this tree in the Abbey Gardens. And we are all going to walk out of the Abbey Gardens. So you're going to walk back the way you came, past the little chapel with a beautiful image of Magdalene painted inside it. You're going to walk out of the Abbey Gate. And then you are going to turn right and walk up through Glastonbury High Streets. So I'm clearing that route. You're going to walk up past all the wishy shops and the crystal shops. And at the top of the hill, you're going to turn right again and you're going to follow the abbey walls along this road. Keep going. Keep going. It's a busy road, past lots of little houses. And just past the Chalice Wells Garden, there is a road leading along the bottom of the tor. You're going to turn left here. And you will see lots of water running down the road. And on the right, just a little way up at the foot of Glastonbury Tor, is a little sandstone pump house with lots of water basins outside. You have to be very quiet when you go in. It is called the White Spring. You will notice some of the locals standing here with bottles just to get their daily water. And as you go in, you will find lots of pools. And you can take your clothes off if you wish, and you can get into the water. There are many other people already bathing and praying. Or you can just stand at the side of it and splash the water onto your crown, onto your third eye, onto your throat, onto your heart, onto your solar plexus, onto your sacral, and splash a little bit onto your root, the Muladhara. Maybe Sarah comes over to you and offers you a beautiful shell, and you can scoop that water onto yourself. Take a breath in as we now draw the staff again of Joseph of Arimathea into the root, into the Muladhara, and we also draw symbol of the Tor with Saint Michael, the Archangel's tower on top, which is the homecoming. Take a breath in. Let's douse this energy center. Is that root balanced? It is. So let's just go backwards here. You have just anointed yourself at the White Springs, filling up your sacred chalice. The next symbol for the sacral was for holding the seeds of fertility. The solar plexus was Magdalene meditating. Retreat if you need to. The heart was awakening in the dream, embracing new relationships. And at the throat it was Salome, an ecstatic dance. Freedom of expression. Then at the third eye it was the tree of life. And at the crown it was truths are revealed. Now I do apologise for my husband shouting on the phone to his deaf father. You might be able to hear that. But right now, as we finish, I'm just going to channel into you the honey flame. And I'm going to ask Magdalene, Joseph of Arimathea with his staff, Sarah's been brought in as well, any angels, particularly Raphael, just to activate that honey flame, which feels smooth and silky like buttermilk. All throughout your aura, you might even be brought a fire bowl with this beautiful yellow flame in. And the bees will all be buzzing around you. You're not scared of them. You know they bring you beautiful honey. Honey is also thought to bring visions as well. It depends on what the bees have been eating. But the bee nymphs up Mount Parnassus were said to be given honey and to rave and ramble in ecstatic trance. Now that candle has gone out, the liquid. So that indicates that the healing has finished now. So I'd like you to breathe in and breathe down to your feet. And you're now going to walk out of this little white spring pump house. And you're going to walk back down the road a little bit and you're going to see a wooden gateway. You're going to walk up there now. And that road, that pathway leads up the steps to Glastonbury Tor. And I'm going to leave you there to imagine walking up Glastonbury Tor to the top, where you can survey all of the land and the world around you at St. Michael, the Archangel's Church, which I believe is also Apollo, who was changed. I thank you for watching now, and if you would like Honey Flame Healings, a personal one, my email is in the show notes, and enjoy this feast day to Mary Magdalene. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.